Welcome guys to another episode of the Extra Mile. My name is Alex and today we will be checking out RaceRoom, a simulation that I've heard so many great things about over the years. I'm not quite sure if I have ever tried it before. I thought I did, but I confused it with Automobilista, I think. That's one that I've tried a few years ago, and I was pleasantly surprised back then about Automobilista. But anyway, this is today about RaceRoom. I will not be playing this one in VR. I have tried to play it in VR and it works. It works rather well, but it does not mirror the screen so I can record it. So that might be a bit tricky to capture. So I will just drive this in 2D. Before we start this, I wanted to show you what you can get here actually. So the basic game is free. You can just download it from Steam and you have a few tracks and a few cars in there. But here you can buy a lot of content separately. Some really sweet cars. So I just wanted to show you that so you know what this is all about. Unfortunately for me, as you know, I'm more of a road car guy than a race car guy. There are no road cars available in RaceRoom. This is purely for race cars, which is fine. It's just something that you should know before you get this, potentially. So these are the cars that come with the game. Quite a nice range of race cars, actually. These cars are some that I've just bought. That's the 1992 DTM package, or 1993 actually, I think. No, 1992. And here are, no, let's go back. So, and here are the tracks that you can get. Quite a huge number of tracks. I don't know right now if those are all laser scanned or not. The ones that I've driven so far to test this felt pretty damn good, I gotta say that. So anyway, let's get on with it. Let's get back to the game and let's try something. We will use the Mercedes DTM race car on the tourist version of the Nordschleife to compare this to Assetto Corsa and Project Cars 2. So, and here we are at the setup screen. I just quickly wanted to show you the setup options that you have. They are not super detailed, but the most important things are here. Let's go back. Another relatively weird thing is that there seem to be some bugs in here. For example, I have configured my H shifter here. I have configured the clutch, but as you will see, it will not work in game, or at least it didn't before. Maybe it does now. We will have to see that. Nope. Don't really know why. Also, what's weird is I have deactivated the auto clutch, but when there obviously is an auto clutch here, so some of these things are a little bit confusing to me, and I'm not quite sure if I have made some mistakes here or if the game is at fault. But anyway, let's find out how this thing drives. Yeah, let's do this. Now let's go for a ride here. So a lot of people have praised the engine sound of RaceRoom, and it certainly is not bad. it sounds pretty good, but at the same time it's not super awesome. So the first impressions are not that great, to be honest, especially when you come from a Assetto Corsa or Project Cars 2. The force feedback is relatively vague. You don't get a lot of information about the car, so you end up driving more on the visuals that you see instead of what you feel in the wheel. Physics in general seem to be okay, but not great. The one thing that I can show you is when you put one wheel on the dirt and one on the road and hit the brake, obviously the car should turn to the right then, because you have much more grip on the right side of the car. But here it just keeps on driving straight. Let's do that again, hit the brake. Might be a very slight tendency to pull right, but that's not realistic at all. Force feedback makes it relatively hard to feel the limit of the car. Let's try to get near it. There we get some tire squeal. And even with the highest steering lock setting, the steering is not nearly as responsive enough, I think. I have to put in quite a lot of lock. Look at that, to get through the corner. And this is a race car. Does not feel great. Visuals are pretty damn good. The car and the track seem very detailed. I'm running this on the high default settings. Bit of understeer there. Again, not much feeling in the wheel. Although I gotta say, there are a ton of force feedback options that you could play with. So maybe you can get a better force feedback setup out of this game, or this sim. This is my first day in RaceRoom here. I might have overlooked quite a few things, I don't know. But this is not great. The carousel, I don't feel anything in the wheel. Usually you have these bumps there in the carousel, but did not feel anything in the wheel. Again, not much in the wheel when you drive over the curbs. I did those intentionally now. Nope, it's not much there. Alright, that was one lap of the tourist Nordschleife. Oh, and we are walked back to the pits, it seems. So guys, that was RaceRoom. I will probably not fire this game up for a very long time. The physics, as I said, they just don't seem to be on par with Assetto Corsa or Project Cars 2. There seems to be something missing there. Force feedback is not nearly as detailed as in other sims. It's not a bad game, don't get me wrong, and it's free. But in comparison to the other games that I play on a regular basis, this just does not feel that great, I gotta say that. Anyway, those are my impressions, guys. Tell me if I have missed something. Maybe you are playing RaceRoom on a regular basis and you know more than I do about this game. Maybe there are some settings that unlock the potential of this game. But from what I can tell right now, it's not that great. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.